swear y'all, nothing. The nigga popped out and nigga said, nigga start just flying like this, bro.
Most people didn't peep that he flew
in the beginning, nigga, cause it was a symbolizer of a fallen angel, which was fucking fire.
Yeah.
I did not think about that. I was like, what?
He's supposed to.
We've been gone a long time. We back now. You twins? Nah, we cousins.
I hate Let's Talk Sinners. So today we're gonna be talking about some of the reactions and stuff that's been going on. We know a lot of people have been seeing the movie Sinners. It went pretty much viral all last week, and you know, a lot of people had good things to say about it. Majority of people had good things to say about it. I would say a few had bad things to say about it. We'll touch a little bit on the bad things that people said and a lot of the good things. A lot of people. This one of the, I guess, few movies we've seen in that last couple years where people have like completely deep dived. Like,
oh, you already know they're gonna do that.
Like, deep dive this movie.
But you already know what time it is when it's put on that deep dive and shit. Especially when you got like a black director like Ryan Coogler, and you know what I'm saying, and making a film like this, you know they're gonna
definitely deep diving like it's
you know they're gonna deep dive.
Deep
diving, you know they're gonna
like
try
the
to
Jordan Peele movie.
That's what I'm saying, but this time they deep dive and they couldn't find no wrong. In the sense of like,
I mean, they weren't finding many things to nitpick at,
but
like things to pick at about the movie.
Usually, when you know what I'm saying, when they try to like feeling like this or whatever, they really be trying to find something to really like hate on, and they couldn't find nothing to really hate on. Even when they had like a character like Haley, bro, you can't even. They love that like that. They talk. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Like in the sense of where like they was talking about like one of the characters, Remick, and they were saying like, is he? They were saying like a lot of problems. Like they were like, why is Remick being idolized as a good person, even though he was the devil or the vampire, and why is this character getting so much love even though he's a bad character? So like, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's kind of like you know what it is, you know, like, but overall like I should have fired. I'm gonna lie. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know.
And I think Rydell's pretty much right. So it kind of leads to, let's just give a brief overview of kind of what the movie was about, what we saw, and everything that happened. These are not afterthoughts. Me and Rydell have sat on this movie for a good week and talked together and see what we thought about it. Just a quick summary for those who haven't watched the movie, and I guess if you haven't within the week, you're late. You please highly recommend go see this. But just for a non-spoiler, so just a quick non-spoiler, this movie, I believe, follows the main character, Sammy, and
two brothers.
Yep, two twin brothers, Smoke, and they're cousins, right? Yeah, Sammy and the twins are.
They're not cousins, they brothers, but they say that because it's a funny thing. Cause like, why you would ask me? Are we brothers?
No, not Sammy, not the twins. I'm talking about Sammy and
okay, I'm about to say,
they're cousins.
Yeah.
And the twins basically come back from living in Chicago, visit their cousin Sammy, and show him a new.
Oh, they come back home.
Yeah, they come back home, you know,
Mississippi.
Yep, open up their plan is to open up a juke joint and invite their cousin Sammy to play.
What is a juke joint though? Because a lot of our viewers probably don't even know what a juke joint is. Well, a juke
joint, I would say, is back in the day, a lot of basically a club where they play the blues.
Right.
Imagine a club, dance floor.
Where black folks go. So that's kind of like where our like club was. You know, a lot of slaves, they used to be in the fields and stuff. So after, that's where they go chill, hang out, and go vibe and go dance and play the blues pretty much. An older version of a nightclub.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But it's
where the origins, I would say, wonder what the research on the origins of nightclub starting from there. They open up a juke joint, and Sammy's going to get his first performance at the juke joint. And during that night, it pretty much takes a twist.
Yeah.
For the worse, I would say. You're going to get, like Rydell went over, the main villain, Remick, and he is the main vampire, and he goes through his journey to trying to get to Sammy.
Yeah.
He is wanting his music or his talent for his ability to sing, and that basically wanting conflict brings him to the juke joint, and all of that. That's for non-spoilers, I would say. I don't want to go too non-spoilers, but that was that. But if you haven't seen it, please go watch it. That was just a brief. We're going to get into the many things.
Go enjoy yourself.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Go enjoy yourself, buy some popcorn, go chill, and go watch a movie. Because it's a really good movie. I'm not trying to be like over here glazing and be like, oh my God, it's the best film ever. But as of right now, in 2025, this is the front runner as movie of the year. Like, I ain't going to sit up here and be like, oh, it has the potential to be movie of the year. They can definitely some Oscars and nominees and all that. Definitely. Michael B. Jordan, definitely. Ryan Coogler definitely can win some awards off of this damn movie. And especially it being his own script. Like, he actually made this. It's not from no...
Original.
It's original film, so it's not from no Disney's or Marvel being like, hey, I want you to do this. Go put your touch to it. It's his own version of pretty much vampires. You know what I'm saying? Vampires and showing histories of music, of blues.
So, what would you tell them the tone is? What would you go with the tone? How would you feel like the tone of this movie would be? We know I would.
It's not bright.
No, definitely not.
It's not
tell
bright.
You now, this is
it's a dark
thriller movie. I feel like this is thriller more than horror.
Dark thriller, in the sense of horror, but not too much of horror.
I don't even think it's horror.
It's not. It's more of like a thriller because
like
thriller is basically horror, but not so like scary pop-ups and stuff like that.
You're trying to like it's intense.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would agree with you.
I think it's a psycho. Nah, I'm not gonna say psycho. No, because that's more like Jordan Peele movie. We're gonna get to that in the lawyer run, but like this is more like
it's a that's the one thing that
it's called Sinners, so it's a dark tone movie. So we're not gonna say like,
one thing he did good with that I'll say with the tone is he made sure to do a really good job with not making it too dark and having bright moments to counteract how dark some of the film will be. A lot of the film, especially the meat of the film, is at nighttime, but the first half of the movie is all daytime. So it's like he did a really good job with balancing like the tone and making sure that you not only enjoyed it but didn't feel like, damn, everything is so dark. Like, he made you laugh at some points.
Yeah.
Had moments where it was very bright, good background story. Like, you were very engaged with what was going on. When you got brought in, story.
And when you met characters, I think he really is. I feel like he described the characters really well when you got the chance to meet each character.
Yes.
Like, you knew which one was.
Gave him a motive,
like, you know
real
what I'm saying?
Quick. Gave him a motive right away.
Real quick.
Because when you meet the dude that play what's his name?
Delta. Yeah, I know his name.
When you meet him. He's already, you meet him, he trying to basically work. He working.
Yeah.
He on the side playing music for me. He told Dubé, like, I can't show them, I got work.
Yeah.
And told him I'll pay you more. They gave everybody pretty much, money was a big motive.
Yeah,
in this.
Big motive.
It was
negotiations
and we gonna get on that, like how a lot of these
but that's
themes played with sins and like money and that being a sin.
The negotiation, that's what they used to do back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I pay you 14.
You know what I'm saying? I pay you this, you know what I'm saying? We could do that. You know, there's a lot of negotiations. We don't have that now in terms of how they used to do it back in the day. Go to the damn food shop and be like, hey, I only got this. Hey, I'll go cut down some trees where you saw them do something like that. But overall, the tone of the movie was, I'd probably say it was dark.
It's me. I go dark gray. Like dark. It's me. It's a good medium.
Not so gruesome, but in a way.
Definitely not gruesome. Like, if you like Tarantino style of filming, Ryan Coogler did a good job of taking aspects from kind of Tarantino kind of film and making it his own. But if you like Tarantino style, you will like this Ryan Coogler.
Right.
Like, it's definitely like same vibe where Tarantino can make it dark but also like bright. Like, it's not a dark tone, like colored film, but it has dark elements.
Right.
Same here. Dark elements, not dark color palette.
Right.
Performances wise, Michael B. Jordan to me did his thing. I loved Delta. He was on spot on. Delta was spot on.
Gotta get his name. I think it was Delta Slim.
Yeah, I think it is Delta Slim.
I think that's what his name is. Cass.
It is Delta Slim.
Delta Slim. There we go. Yes, sir.
Keep it there so we know. Delta Slim, like
that.
Delroy Lindo.
Yeah, really good actor.
Did his damn
I think
thing.
also
both of them, Cornbread and Justin
Cornbread. You
Both
can see
of
on
them.
Cornbread.
But,
Cornbread
like,
did his thing, bro.
The
Cornbread
cast in this movie
were perfectly selected.
Bro.
Perfectly selected people.
Michael B. Jordan
Perfectly
able to,
selected.
like Michael B. Jordan's talent to play two different people.
Well,
at the same time was really
Michael B.
amazing.
Jordan acting in general
All of them
really
went-
improved.
all of
Because
them
he
went
really
bad,
was,
bro.
because people really was hating on him in Hollywood. When you go on YouTube, you look up, niggas was really hating on Michael B. Jordan.
He
I
did
don't
a
know
better-
why,
This is
but he really can act. Bro.
this to me, honestly, is better than his Black Panther role.
Oh yeah,
Killmonger.
Oh, everybody said this because he had to,
He had to play two people.
He had to tap into a whole different.
And
a
he
whole
played
different
two-
mode.
He played two people so
Like,
well,
niggas was-
you felt like they were two
Bro,
different people.
When spoiler alert, when Stacks died, I felt that. I said, damn, he lost that. What? It is what I felt that.
He did.
I was like,
and I will say,
Remick?
Remick did his thing.
oh, he
too.
went crazy.
I
The
would
Irish
love
dude
to- I hate
went
that he.
crazy.
I hate that a lot of these people. I would love. We don't know sequel, but Remick was a good villain. He could have. If they were going to do a sequel, I would have loved to see him again in another movie.
Oh yeah.
Him-
You also missing one person. You missing
Haley did her thing
Oh
too.
Haley. Oh yeah.
Uh,
Josh Allen better watch out,
everybody-
boy.
I'm telling you,
Hey.
the main cast, there was not one person who did not do good.
And then I'm gonna tip my hat off to Annie.
All of them.
When how you pronounce it? I don't want to fuck it up. Win me. I don't want to fuck it up. No, not Lu Jin Lee.
Who?
I'm talking about her.
Annie.
Win me. I don't want to fuck it up, but yeah, she went crazy.
She did. Okay. I didn't even know she was British.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, these people be doing such a good job with his southern accent. Bro, they may be British people, man.
That's what.
That's like the third,
That's why
fourth
niggas be
time I
getting
done
mad.
seen a movie. I'm thinking, okay, this sound like an American. Like, bro, you have to be like, bro, the slang and even Ebonics, when it comes to American slang, the ability for British people to tap into that and then not only take that slang and go back 100 years, but that's difficult. It's difficult for regular English people, American people to make a southern accent. The fact that they did a Mississippi accent, so even the Chinese couple,
like, they went 19.
the Chinese couple, the Chows,
that southern.
bro, they did a southern accent like
you would
it
have
was.
thought. You would have thought.
They was from Mississippi.
You would have thought like.
Telling you,
But Ryan Coogler, that's what I'm saying. Ryan
his
Coogler,
thing.
for him to put the Asian culture in there and show that,
Yeah.
how they came like from the south.
Right,
But
Asian-
that's,
it was very. People
Bruh.
can't say this movie wasn't diverse.
But y'all gotta
Like,
go.
It's a black film, but it's diverse.
Y'all gotta go do y'all history, man. Y'all can't go in
Good.
there not knowing y'all history. Y'all gotta really do y'all history.
Did they?
Y'all gotta do y'all history, bro.
Now-
because y'all were going there thinking like, oh, what's this, what's that?
Nah,
But if y'all don't really do y'all history and y'all know shit for real, y'all ain't gonna really understand it
it
like
was
that.
very diverse and in a cast, even though it was majority like a black
That boy
movie,
Sammy
it
learned how to
was
play the
diverse.
guitar,
Yes.
and he only played it for like what, 2-3
And while
months.
you talking about it, now that even goes to the next part. The sound, now most people mention this. The music of this movie
Made the movie.
Yeah.
Made the movie. I said that every
It
time.
didn't even just make the movie.
I said that every time.
It's one of those things where like I'm trying to think of another movie that did so, bro. It's almost
Black
like
Panther.
Black Panther, like
Black
bruh,
Panther.
the
Nigga, when you walking
soundtrack
into the damn
adds to the
laboratory,
movie so
you walk into
good,
the
bruh.
laboratory.
Telling
Like
you,
what?
like honestly, no cap. I agree with people saying like that jukebox scene.
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the greatest scenes.
Oh, yeah,
like,
best scene ever.
of like that last decade.
When it showed like every musical, everybody,
All
pretty
the
much
cultures was
all
blended.
the cultures that was in the juke joint. It showed all of
Yes,
their
they're blended.
past ancestors
He did
in history of music.
By
Even-
far, one of the best scenes. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
that scene
that's gonna
alone.
go. That scene gonna
that's
win
one of
them.
the greatest-
That's gonna win them an
that's
Oscar,
probably
bro.
win an
That's gonna win them an Oscar, bro. That's
No
bro.
joke.
Everything in this movie gonna win them. But they might walk out like this. Who was the one movie that kept winning? With
Dune, I think.
No, it wasn't Dune.
it
It's with the Chinese. You showed us.
Everything all at
Yes,
everything
bro. When
all
they
at
kept
once.
walking out, bro, they're gonna be just like that.
Bro,
Watch.
The people have said the music in this movie has made the movie, and when you go in and you hear that, you're expecting like, oh, The music probably gonna be on some, cause like we played Raw Wave before. You're thinking you're gonna get a lot of newer artists playing some. Nah, like he really went back and was like have blues playing throughout the
and not
movie.
Just regular blues. He went there and showed y'all what Delta blues is.
Yes.
If y'all don't know what Delta blues is, bro, y'all gotta really go back and do y'all history, bro, because this is what really started music. This is what music came from, was from gospel, but then also from blues. This is what niggas was playing back in the 1906 and 1910, like when niggas only had harmonicas and guitars. Like this is what niggas really played. Like they played the blues and gospel, but this is where our sound today originated from. It originated from the blues.
I'm telling you, Ryan Coogler, he did his thing on not only doing really good research, creating new. I don't know if these are new.
Well, his grandpa.
I don't know
if I'm not mistaken,
music.
I think he said his grandpa or his dad or somebody were born from Mississippi, and so that's what really got him tapped into the Delta blues, because that's what. It's the history behind it.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying? So it all makes sense. It all makes sense.
That's the thing. Like when you have a movie where people, not only the cast is doing a 8 out of 10 and above. Every person, nobody did less than an 8 out of 10. And then you add that with the fact the soundtrack is doing a 9 out of 10. If you go into this freaking movie and say anything is below a 8 out of 10
or 8.5, I'm gonna say
anything.
I'm really gonna say
capping.
I'm really gonna say you really choosing to not
You're
like
capping.
The movie.
Diversity is above a beat.
Yeah.
Listen to what I'm saying. This is a black movie, but there are multiple people in this dang film that are not black, and they do a very good job of separating themselves.
Yes.
So they are making their own shine within a movie. The villain Remick did his good part of making his shine, and he not only did a good job being Irish. They had other white folks in the movie being themselves too that were just brother. Everybody played their part. Like above the music, people played their part. Whoever made the soundtrack, kudos. I wish we could look that up. Whoever made the soundtrack leader, whoever was the head of sound and music, crazy. And that goes straight into even visual style and set design and camera work. Like we talked about the scene, bro. The camera work and set designs were on point. And I said this when I watched
cinematic, that IMAX filming. Whew, and we didn't even get a chance to see it in the original IMAX big. We saw it in the regular version, but we didn't get to see it in New York in the IMAX actual big ass 40 frame by millimeters where we put that shit in, bro. What?
And I was
goodness.
And the crazy part, I was telling Shanice when we was watching, I was like, dang, this movie feel like a low budget movie, and that to me already was like, damn. Ryan Coogler, this looked like a low budget,
but the reason
and
why
he's making it feel better than the low budget.
The reason why it felt low budget because what we went to go see it in.
It's not no.
Because we see, not saying like that, but we seen it. I guarantee you,
it's not that.
I guarantee if you wouldn't be saying that, if you would have saw that bitch in IMAX.
It's not that. It's not what
I
would have
saw that bitch in IMAX.
No, I would have
4K. 4K, not no 1080 HP. We talking about 4K quality.
No, the IMAX wouldn't have changed my mind. The reason I said this was low budget. Because I could see the intuition of what he was doing to pick certain set designs and certain places so it wouldn't be expensive.
It was all original.
You could tell, like
he went down to the crops. That was all the field. Like, he didn't do no
He
CGIs.
made sure to, I don't want to say isolate you, but he put in many cases where you could tell that there was, like, for instance, the main scene with the jukebox.
Yeah.
It was just a juke joint.
Yeah.
It wasn't no other buildings. It wasn't a city in the background. It was, like, smartly, strategically, like, okay, I have this budget. I'm going to make the set design like this so I can still finesse in a way, but making the best out of what I got. Because the set, bro, I'm telling you, the fact that he did such a good job with, like, bro, there was parts you could tell there was CGI, but, bro, this movie don't have that much CGI.
No.
This is all you could tell.
The only thing I told Devin, the only thing that blew me is when niggas start flying. Oh, everything, bro. I swear y'all, nothing. The nigga popped out and nigga said, like, oh, everything. I ain't never seen a nigga start just flying like this, bro.
Most people didn't peep that he flew in
the beginning. Nigga, because it was a symbolizer of a fallen angel, which was fucking fire. Yeah. I did not think about that. I was like, what?
He's supposed to be the devil,
the fallen angel, the fallen angel. So in the beginning, he fell from the sky because he was actually falling.
When you first see him, right when you fall.
What? I was like, damn, he snapped, bro. I didn't even catch that.
And that's crazy because like. You showed me after the movie because, like I said, me and Rodell sat on this movie for a good week. We didn't just, just come in here and do a right out the bat reaction. But
No,
you showed me the whole, like, when you was going through the music and you was like, oh, I saw this newspaper stuff and you was showing me the background.
Yeah.
But that shit, that made the movie, like, bro, there's certain background stuff that opens up the movie even better to where, oh, and this right here, he pulled it up right now. Yes, sir. And it makes the movie better in a way where you're not, afterwards you figure out basically Remick was Dracula. He's a different version of Dracula, but he's basically
so basically I hear with the Boston Harbor,
Yes.
so the shipwreck. So they go on the ship, and basically
No survivors.
there was no survivors, and they looked on the ship, and it was all bloody and shit like that, and that's pretty much telling the story of how Remick got here.
Basically,
So if y'all ever like watch like Dracula or anything like that, that's pretty much the original story. Like he came in from a shipwreck.
That's how he got from Transylvania here.
Yeah.
They did. I'm telling you. And then they showed the twins. Cause I was peeping this in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing I was peeping in the movie a lot that like they kept saying, "Oh, dirty money, dirty money, dirty money, dirty
I don't
money."
want
That
your money.
message was getting put out a lot. The twins never told you how they came upon the money, but you could watch the movie and making assumption
Because the whole thing was that they came from Chicago.
Yeah.
They was moving around Chicago, doing some shit, and they came back on the Mississippi, and in the truck they had for the juke joint because they're gonna do a little party or whatever, and they had stole liquor, so they had the wine, the Italian wine or whatever, and the Irish what was the Irish whiskey?
Beers, the whiskey,
the Irish beer. So he pretty much stole from the gangs and the mob in Chicago, and when they left, they had them niggas fighting against each other, basically tore each other apart. You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful newspaper detail. I'm telling you, that newspaper stuff.
And they was telling them,
and
the bank robbers.
Yeah, he robbed. I'm saying they robbed the bank, they stole the liquors and started a mob war. And when they came back, they started selling us in the juke joint. And people like, dang, how y'all get so much money?
How y'all get Italian? How y'all get Irish beer?
Mm-hmm.
Because the nigga was like, I only come, y'all got beer, and and nigga had Irish beer. You don't get Irish beer just by, you feel me? So
and that is where it's like that. These background stuff take the movie to a new level. I feel like that stuff, figuring out the stuff after the movie, it's like, dang, the movie is starting to build up kind of a universe. And we've seen many things like this the last week.
But would you be mad if they make it into a universe?
No,
though?
I'm hoping they.
But how would you like? All right, so like, boom. How would you? Seeing the movie, how would you put that into? How would you? Because I can see the vision at the end of the movie. I can see the vision. Look, I'm like, all right, boom. They can really make a sequel out of this.
I will say, from what I saw,
you can go crazy with that bit for real.
I saw a picture of something that somebody was saying that there was a universe planned out. And it was supposed to go from the 30s all the way to the current date. So Sinners 1 is the 30s, Sinners 2 is today's date in the movie. And then between those, they'll have center titles that are different. But they're supposed to go from the 30 all the way till now. And that it hit.
You ain't got to say no more. Yeah, I already see. I see it.
And they had a 90s. They had Sinners, and they had one that said Sinners in the 90s, and it was low key looking like Stacks, like,
bro, that would be hard because of like how today's time is going right now.
I'm telling you,
but that shit will fall in so perfect, dog, bro.
I know somebody got a picture of it.
That shit will fall in so perfect in line because I ain't gonna lie though, because you really at the end of the movie, like, how you can really see where you see the vision at the end of the movie, because you be like, damn, they done popped up in the 90s. Nigga had a Coogee sweater on and shit.
Right, it was good.
There's another Easter egg I bet you didn't know about the movie.
The sweater.
No, bro.
I peeped. Somebody said something about the sweater.
No. You're not gonna find it before that. They was talking about look. So they said the whole time, Sammy really sold his soul.
I believe he sold the guitar.
Because look,
found it. Because I wasn't gonna find it.
Because look, at the end of the movie, right? They said that
it's got to be real.
They said that at the end of the movie, Sammy really sold his soul because when they try to when you look in the movie in the mirror, his reflection don't show, because vampires' reflection don't show in the mirrors.
That's a good.
Like
and they're saying he's a vampire.
They're saying like he sold his soul, like his sold his
like
soul.
This is what they're showing, and I mean, let's take it off. I'll show.
We'll you can see it right there.
We'll put a thing above it, over it, but in the edit. But yeah, see what I'm saying? They had Sinners. They're supposed to have one Fields of Sinners come out next year. Tears of Sinner in the fall. Like, bro, they got a lot of stuff. But there's no way. Now I will say, there's no way. No way.
I ain't gonna lie,
I'm not saying there's no
that
way
bit
this
look,
is not true.
That bit look CGI as hell.
It is. I'm only gonna give the fact of there is no way this could get done on time. You're telling me we get Sinners now, next year we're getting a Field of Sinners, then the following fall we're getting 2 movies in 1 year? No way. Not today's filmmaking.
Yeah, they
no
can't
way.
even.
Now,
Pattinson can't even do.
I will say it is low budget enough to get this done, but it gotta separate 1 a year, maybe 1 a year. But I like this timeline though. Like they said, April. Like I said, they said Sinners is the 30s, bringing it all the way to Sinners 2. Because if you look, Fields of Sinners, Tears of Sinners, Limerick for Sinners, 90s and Sinners, Glitter and Sinners. They're supposed to be 90s right here, and Sinners 2, 90s and Sinners. They're supposed to be so I'm thinking 90s, 2000s, 2020s to now, 2010s to 2020s. And this is I'm thinking this is Martin Luther King, Tears of Sinners, and Fields is between there, because this looks like World War Fields of Sinners when World War I and World War II are going on. I'm going with this is Martin Luther King time, so these two should intertwine. I like it. I think that it could happen. I do. I'm happy for Ryan Coogler, one of the best directors we've seen in a long time, and he's young. I hope that more young folks. Especially get more opportunities like this, because I mean we've seen Ryan Coogler basically take one movie and flip it into many
young black talented creators really take these films and see this and really
get inspired.
You know what I'm saying? Because we need more black
movies like this.
Not even movie, but black producers, directors.
Yeah. People
with good creative mind. We need more of this ain't even know about no race things, but I'm just saying, like, I be getting tired of watching all these white, you know what I'm saying? Nigga need more
good movies.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with the Jordan Peels and stuff like that, bro. Them niggas really they really paving the way. Michael B. Jordan too, really paving the way, bro. They're really going crazy with that shit, bro.
I mean, yeah, and I think, and that goes into like why the hate, why the hate of this movie. I think, look. This movie is gonna make some people uncomfortable. And if you are a person who is afraid to see the past and some of the truths, and you mentioned this too when we watched the movie, it's not a bad thing, Ryan Coogler, but they dim that shit down for y'all. Yeah. So don't cry and complain. It's not the whole, slavery, Ku Klux Klan, that shit is dimmed down.
It's not even that
like
heavy.
A comic book dimmed down. It is, you know what I'm saying? It's not anything crazy. Or nothing like that. So if it, only reason I think we can get the hate of this movie is because it's making people uncomfortable because they're seeing truth in some of the past.
I mean, that's the only reason why anybody will get uncomfortable when you start seeing the truth in the past, and that's the reason why they don't really want to show black history.
No other reason I can find
that's the reason why I don't even try to argue. If you don't like, you don't like it. If you don't like, you don't like it.
Yeah.
But don't go in there automatically try to hate on the movie. Go in there, enjoy yourself, watch the movie.
Yep.
That's all you gotta do. Don't have no high expectations. Don't have anything. Just watch the movie like you watching a fucking I'm not saying Transformer. I'm just saying a regular movie. So.
And I guess we'll go this and end it off on this. I know we already went and talked, so you probably already got our analysis. Love it or hate it, and you can rank it.
Love it.
Give your love or hate.
I'm ranking it. I'm ranking it like this. Cause I rank shit different. And I'm here for my peoples, but I'm ranking it a 9.5 out of 10, just because of the music, and I really think that if the soundtrack is good, the movie is good. So I'm really high on that. So I'm giving it a 9.5, and I love it. I love the film.
I'm gonna go.
I love it.
I'm gonna go love it, and I'm gonna say. I want to give it a 10 out of 10, but I'm going to agree with you and give it a 9.5. And the only reason I'm giving it a 9.5, and hate me if you want, I wish you would have did more with the Native Americans.
That part.
That's the only reason.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of where I'm like, damn.
But I think that's the reason why
there might be a series.
Boom.
That's where I'm like,
You know
I can't say.
That's what I'm saying.
If there's a series and the next
and
movie touches on Native Americans, 10 out of 10.
And they running away from them niggas.
10 out of 10.
And they running away from the Native Americans.
10 out of 10.
That would be dope, bro.
If they turned in the next movie like kind of like, cause me, my bad. We're gonna say this because we did not get to say this. When me and Rydell first watched this movie, we thought this was a vampire hunter movie.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was too. I thought it was like Blade.
Yeah, I thought the twins were the vampire hunters. And Loki was coming back because that whole like dirty money.
Yeah.
I thought they were playing tricky and they were hunting a vampire. But if he does that in the next movies and he takes that route of like, if he does get more movies, expands on the Native Americans, I would say this movie's a 10 out of 10. Only thing I can say is point because it's like they show up and it's like it leaves that open ended where like, oh, what's up with that? Like, and they leave and they never come back. That's the only thing. But besides that, this movie 10 9.5.
So we get a 9.5.
Yeah, 9.5.
9.5 out of 10.
Probably gonna be the best movie of the year.
I got it right now because I seen Magazine Dreams. If it's all topic. If Jonathan Major would never got in trouble, he would have been up there with movie of the year too. Mm-hmm. But right now, Michael B. Jordan, Senators Ryan Coogler right now, movie of the year.